Hey everybody, Dawn from Glory Grace Farm. I am sitting on the ground doing this. Oh, okay. That's Mama. Yeah, I guess they're probably 4 weeks old. We're talking about the kitten. Our kitty cat finally brought her baby out, and as far as we see, there's only one, so we don't know if something happened to the others because we thought she had 3 or 4 because of looking at her belly from being nursed on, but so far there's only one we're seeing.
It's bigger than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Tyler said.
Huh?
That's what Tyler said. Mama came out to see if I needed help, and I told her she needed to go in because the skeeters are terrible. I don't want her getting eaten up with skeeters. But we're doing a test run. I have 6 more corn of the candy corn variety to set out. It turned out really pretty. I mean, the roots are amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. And so this is really cheap. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm hoping it at least helps. I may try to get some rocks or something to lay on the sides, but this is Dollar Tree weed preventer. So, yeah, there's that. Hoping it'll help at least a little bit. To give it a blanket because I have some aged mulch over behind the tree, but it's only a little under a year old, so I guess it's broken down enough that it would be safe, but the cats still like to pee in the mulch. They either pee in the mulch or they pee in my garden dirt, and I'm like, pick a place. But this is my sifted beautiful dirt. I buy topsoil as well as the hummus manure mix from Tractor Supply. And yesterday I scooped my deep compost bedding out of my chicken coop that has got like a combination of more recent all the way back to 6-year-old chicken poop in it from when I first started my chickens. So I took it out. That's the lighter. Well, some of this is the dirt that I added in here from these holes, but it is really soft and fluffy and everything after I sifted it yesterday. And so I sifted all my last 2 bags of dirt today and got all the bark and bits and bobs out of it because it's still got just the little fine pieces. But I love my screen I made. It fits right on top of my big loud truck. Not my big loud truck, but a big loud truck. Okay. It fits right on top of my huge plastic container I got at Home Depot here a while back. But you can see I have a whole tray. I have 2 rows of each variety. If you have not seen my other video, I am trying candy corn, peaches and cream there, Silver Queen. Well, I've got 3 varieties, not 4 varieties. I was thinking I had 4. So 3 varieties, peaches, cream, candy corn, and Silver Queen. Silver Queen my dad always grew. Peaches and cream I remember him speaking about, but I don't remember if he grew it. But I know Silver Queen was his favorite. Candy corn is one we had not ever grown, so it sounded good, and we're trying to find veggies that maybe everybody will like. My nephew used to like eating corn, not so much anymore, so I'm hoping I can find something that he really likes and wants because he's super picky. The joys of autism. My sons are both picky. My oldest likes corn. My youngest does not. Ty, my 21-year-old fragile ex-boy, he is like super picky about vegetables, which I can't blame him. I always was too. See my chicken shoe? Doo-doo. I'm sitting on my behind, like I said. So I just want to say a big thank you to the Crocker Homestead because they allowed people to do shout outs for themselves or for other pages that they enjoy on Facebook today, and within an hour I had gained 7 subscribers, and I want to say hey to everybody and thank you for coming by. Thank you, Crockers, for doing that for everybody, because I saw when I was going through liking everybody that was popping up and subscribing, I was like, yay, there's people like me that only have 20 something subscribers, and we're growing. We just got to hang in there. So I'm going to sit here and finish this square because we're going to do a test run. I have others to go down and plant, but I'm just going to do this particular square rectangle tonight, and it's all going to be the candy corn variety. And then after it's grown another 6 inches, if I can get my squash to look like it's going to last that long before I plant it in the ground, we're going to do 2 squash per square in the middle of where the corn's going to be on the sides, and then I'm going to do squashes in the middle, and that will help support each other. Kind of the 3 sisters, but not exactly, because I'm not planting beans this year. Mom didn't want to worry about trying to do beans and having to break beans and all that, so we're not doing beans. I have got like really happy buying tomato seeds. I don't even eat tomatoes, but I want to find a tomato that I like, and I love pizza sauce and I love spaghetti sauce. So yeah, we're going to probably be making a lot of sauce. And Mom likes tomato juice, so she's wanting to try just making some tomato juice. I've got a camera in my Amazon wish list, to buy later list, whatever you call it, that I'm hoping to get maybe next month. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta get some other stuff for the garden. I gotta try to get my trellis, whatever I'm gonna use for trellising the tomatoes, so I can get them set out, because you can, let's see if I can zoom. I don't remember. Okay, it's a mess up there. We're still organizing, but those, let's see, get my finger in the right place. Right there, my dirty finger with dirt on it. Those are my tomato plants, and that is a pan full of starts that I did not get separated yet. Look at this beautiful mulch. I know, I'm like totally squirrel, but I'm sitting right next to it, and it's like so beautiful. I'm just so thankful EPB's doing this, and this particular guy, he's like, I'll bring you all you want. So every load he gets, if it's kind of local to me, he brings it to me. So he's brought me 4 loads so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5 loads, because I've already got 1 load spread completely out. It was a very leafy, oh my word, hot rods. I love them, but just don't like the loudness sometimes. I had a hot rod once. Yeah, that was a younger years. There's my beautiful chickens down there. Oh, I need to move them tomorrow, but I'm nervous to move them after the other day's incident. My little blueberry bushes are hanging in there underneath the pine tree. One of them's really greening out and leafing out, so I'm hoping they do well. I've got so much to do, y'all. So much to do. I have got to figure out what I'm going to put my ducks in, because they're growing super duper fast. If y'all have never had ducks, oh my gosh, they grow super fast. Super fast. And so we've got 6 of them in that same little pen that I've had on the videos before. I think what we're going to do, we were going to, I think you can see that. Oh no. I don't know if I did anything. I mashed a button. We were going to take the A-frame ends of the chicken coop that we had out here before last year that I built. It had really rotted out. I knew it wouldn't last long because it was not treated wood and it was on the ground, and I just knew it wasn't going to last. But we still have the ends and they're in decent shape. So we're talking about making a duck tractor out of the ends, trying to keep it light. But we also have the trampoline ring, so we're tossing around the idea of using the trampoline ring and seeing if we can rig it up to maybe keep it mobile and move them around the yard. One of these days I will have electric fencing. I guess that's what I'll try, the electric poultry fence, to where the ducks can hang out on the outside of the chicken coop and the chickens can go up at night, or the ducks can go up with them because the chickens go up on the roost. Everybody can be together but have plenty of room to not bother each other. The chicks are getting picked on. What's new? Because that is just really heavier than what I wanted it to turn out, and I love it because I've got room to get inside of it, but I may just try to get it spun around in a different position without totally destroying it, which is going to be a trick, and keeping it in one place, and then putting a goal into getting the poultry netting so that we can, the electrified poultry fence, to put around it and just let them have a run and have that to get into on the hot sunny days and rainy days, and let them get out, clip their wings, and fix them a run to play, and instead of trying to move it around the yard. Then one of these days when I can figure out how to make a big one that's light enough to pull, then I'll do that. I'm tickled with it, other than it being heavy. I'm really pleased because I am not a builder. I am learning as I go, and I figure out how to put something together and it stays. I'm happy. And I just really give credit to the Lord for helping me when I'm building these things, because I don't have anybody to stand over me and say, okay, now you need this piece here and cut this like this, and you know, these kind of screws. I just have to guess because I don't have anybody for that. So my boys and I, we just learn together and everything. So we're figuring it out. We do watch some YouTube stuff, but we don't have most of the tools and equipment that a lot of the other YouTubers have. You know, we just have a little skill saw, Black & Decker skill saw, and a drill, and a hand saw, which I am not using if I can use my skill saw. I don't have a circular saw, not that kind of skill saw. My dad always called a circular saw a skill saw, but I don't have one of those yet. My ex bought our oldest one a couple of years ago, and when we tried to finally get it out to use it, it had already, of course, been a while because we didn't have he wanted it to make a beehive. We didn't have the money to get the stuff for a beehive, so it just sat in the box, you know, not out in the weather. It was in the box in the house, actually. And when I got it to put the blade on it, I couldn't get the nut off to put the blade on it. I called my dad. He came over here real quick because he lives across the street, and he couldn't get it off. We actually stripped out the thing trying to get it off because it was made incredibly difficult. It's an off-brand, and we just couldn't get the thing apart to put a blade on it. We did everything according to the instructions. Sorry, I got a mosquito on me. And it just didn't. So anyway, I'll get one of those at some point because we want to get a beehive either built or bought. He was so hoping we'd be able to get that this year. I was hoping I'd be able to do it for him this year, but we just haven't gotten that far yet. So I think what I'm going to try to do is go on, you know, get some ideas for Christmas and go that route. You know, maybe get some stuff bought up, and that way it's here and ready to go. We can start setting some bee traps for swarms early in the season, and we'll just have more knowledge under our belt from watching all you guys that are out there taking care of bees and filming it for us to learn from. We still have so much to do. All of this privet, I want to get that cleared out because it's just growing and growing and growing and driving me crazy. And we have these random people that kind of get on our nerves because they pull up behind that privet bush up on the road and they stop. And they sit there for a few minutes. It drives our dogs crazy. And then they'll finally pull away. And I know people stop to get on their phones and stuff, but it's just annoying, you know, to have to deal with that. It's like they're literally hiding to try to look, and it's just annoying. But that's our fence row where all that growth is. That's our fence row there. And then if you can see the dark trees on the far side of that next field, that will be where the border of the new subdivision that's going in. Yeah, that's where that will be. I'm not looking forward to that. I'll try to do a better video about that one day to show I don't have a lot of distance between me and them, and my dream is to buy that field next to me and all the property, because it totally connects to mine all the way up to the next road up, and then it crosses over, just like my dad's property was once this property, and it connected to the property across the street and everything. So he had approximately 22, 23 acres, and this was, I believe, 9 or 10 acres of that property. And then, like I said, the people next door to me had a full strip that's probably, it's a little bit bigger, I believe, so probably about 13 acres, maybe 12, 13 acres, that I would love to have, because I think they have it set that it's not to be sold to developers or anything like that, and they want to keep it, you know, as farmland, and that's what I would do with it. But we'll see. You know, it may be that Glory Grace Farm will not remain here forever. Maybe Glory Grace Farm is meant to be somewhere else. I don't know. But whatever the case, we'll keep doing what we feel like the Lord wants us to do. We'll move forward in things as we can move forward in things, like the garden. I have no way of plowing up this garden, but I'm just going to go ahead and plant it anyways and just hope for the best. I'm going to dig holes, and I'm going to plant my tomatoes, and I'm going to spread the older mulch, and we're just going to hope for the best, because I can't keep waiting for it to be plowed. And I'll just weedate it down really low again before I start planting, and try to scrape up as much of it as I can, and then we'll just go to planting more things and do what we can with it. So I will leave you guys there, and hope that you'll come back and see me again sometime. If you do like this video, like it. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Sorry, I had another mosquito. Living in the South, what is that all about? With the skeeters. I'm going to finish planting my corn so I can get away from the mosquitoes. God bless y'all, and have a good evening.